We'll see if this works. Actually recording a video from my webcam. Figured that out. Yesterday I got the interview done. They're going to get back to me, which is normal. That interview process is stupid. And they've asked like a million questions, and you got to try to figure it out, and it's hard, but that's the way it is now in the world. You have to go through a major process in order to get a job, even a seasonal position. So it's kind of rough, but they'll call me back, I guess, and we'll see if they do. But continue plugging along as God would have me plug along. So, but on a high note, I shall read this, Appreciation and Praise, The High Note by William Mealant. How rarely is the supremacy of Christ dwelt upon in modern discourse? May we hear of the erroneous beat of legal statement, the hammer thrusts at sin, the urge to repentance. But as to the harmonies that flow from celestial heights, the attuned mind alone can revel in these and give forth their music. I love music because it's just such a wonderful thing that is beautiful in the world. You listen to music and you're at peace, and you focus and you meditate on truth and love that God has, instead of the world, the rushing world, the media, the crap in the world, the news, blah, 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 blah. That's the resounding symbol. The truth is not. The truth is beautiful, and to focus on that while listening to music is good too. And the music of your heart and mind together. We long for the note of passion, the vibrant throb, which is felt and communicated by all who avow Christ's lordship and extol his high efficiency. Are we not, then, called upon to sound the highest possible note, as we thus exult in the wide scope of Christ's supremacy? Not to catch the wondrous sweep of his regnant sway is to wonder in the mists of mundane things alone, and that's the mundane things of this world. The immediate needs our thought, but the ultimate claims it more. And so we look for the great seer whom God has uniquely set for the heralding of this high note. The sounding forth of the best as befits both God and man, led on and on, past the confines of early apostolical ministry. We reach in thought a prison at Rome. Yet as we read the glowing sentences of the noble prisoner, we might easily think of him as writing from a palace. Captive of Caesar, though he was, he refers but little to his fetters, contenting himself with the impressive phrase, Paul, remember my bonds. Only when he had given the great survey of the faith which relates to us with all its immensity and riches of possibility did he, as it were, return to earth. As an apostle and teacher of the nations, there is a world of meaning in his utterances, especially in the compelling notes of a grace so far-reaching as the infinite favor of the Father glorious. Again and again, Paul visualizes for us the goal of God, sounding forth the high note, that we may be inspired and thrilled to the proclamation of Christ's preeminence and supremacy. To this end, the apostle is content to know humiliation, suffering, and self-effacement, if by such experience the evangel may be widely known. Thus, as no other, he stands for a realization of God, which can alone set the seal upon a love perfect and supreme. Set, as it were, in the mountain track that has no summit other than his face, the noble Paul unfolds vistas in grace and glory that satisfyingly feed the passion for souls. This is surely we need. As preachers and teachers, we require such a conception of God and of Christ as will lift us out of the conventional and commonplace as seen in general beliefs. Hence the value of Paul's classic prayer, that we may be filled with the realization of his will, in all wisdom and spiritual understanding, to walk worthily of the Lord, unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and growing in the realization of God. So there you have it. Realize your high calling. Have an expectation that's not mortified on this earth, this terrestrial realm, because all around you, that's all you see. In the daily life of everybody on this planet, we live and breathe. Yes, we are living and breathing as to God, as believers, but the world is not, because they're not reconciled to God. They're not at peace with God. God is at peace with them right now, temporarily. And thank God for that. Thank God that he's at peace with the world right now and is being prepared for what's coming. But the grace of God is with us as believers, and the super exceeding grace that gives grace to each one of us is so sweet. That high note of that celestial expectation is so great. Can't wait to go. We all can't wait. We're waiting and waiting and waiting, but we're thanking God as we wait, and we suffer, not in vain, because God is preparing us for our celestial home. Grace and peace.